I'm a hip-hop generation educator and writer. I grew up with hip-hop music as a soundtrack to my life. From the philosophy of KRS-One, known as the teacher, to Public Enemy discussing social justice by bringing the noise. From Diggable Planet's cool and jazzy rebirth of Slick, to Tupac's call for changes and Nas's uplifting anthem for youth, I Can. Growing up, hip-hop told stories I could relate to about love, confidence, education, history, and social justice. But hip-hop's gotten a bad name over the years. Hip-hop's founding members didn't create this powerful musical genre with the purpose to promote violence, crime, dysfunctional family and community life, mediocrity, drugs, or toxic relationships. The founders and progressive artists of hip-hop from the Bronx, Brooklyn, Mount Vernon, and Queens, New York, were promoters of community, friendship, peace, education, positive youth culture, creative expression. As a secondary English teacher, I sought ways to engage my students beyond traditional curriculum. When I taught poetry and writing, I often presented hip-hop lyrics and instrumental music to my students to inspire them to write, think critically, and discuss the themes in hip-hop that are aligned with classic texts. I use various resources to do this, from the Rose That Grew from Concrete by Tupac Shakur, to Bum Rush the Page anthology edited by Tony Medina and Luis Reyes Rivera, to hip-hop poetry and the classics by Alan Sittimer and Michael Sorelli. I taught literary elements and the writing process using Flowcabulary, a curriculum which uses hip-hop music and related literacy activities to teach and engage students in literacy and writing. When I use hip-hop in the classroom, my students opened up and came alive. They freely discussed their thoughts and were excited about writing and making personal connections to the themes in hip-hop during discussions and classroom activities. I began to witness hip-hop's positive impact on my students, the same impact I once felt as a youth. April 14th, 2018, the one-year anniversary of rapper Kendrick Lamar becoming the first hip-hop artist to win the Pulitzer Prize for his 2017 album, which, according to Pulitzer.org, offers affecting vignettes capturing the complexity of African American life. August 11th, 2018, the 45th anniversary of hip-hop music's founding, from the roots in Bronx, New York, by the youth who considered a turntable, microphone, and beats to be the crucial tools to create a new musical genre. August 17, 2018, the 20th anniversary of the Grammy Award-winning album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, by hip-hop artist Lauryn Hill. So what's the connection? Like hip-hop, education is always evolving. New trends and strategies to teach 21st century learning skills and connect students to global awareness are necessary. Hip-hop as an art form reflects what is happening in the now, what goes on in the neighborhood, the pulse of the community, as the past, present, and future are intertwined. Hip-hop is a voice for social justice issues that most impact communities of underserved youth and their families. Issues in social justice are a constant topic of inquiry among our youth. Students in K-12 schools, particularly those from urban and low-income communities, grapple with issues that become national news headlines. Issues connected to social justice that many of our youth face include parent unemployment, lack of health care, chronic illness, mental illness, inadequate housing, parent incarceration, injustice, neighborhood violence, illiteracy, and poverty. Hip-hop music has always discussed the news in the neighborhood, what goes on, the pulse in the community, and what's in the minds and hearts of our youth. Hip-hop as a global music form should be used to teach social justice for students in K-12 schools. Benefits of using hip-hop to teach social justice in the classroom include boosting student voice, creative expression, and critical thinking through through speaking, listening, writing, and reading, helping students visualize, verbalize, and then actualize their dreams, giving students a positive outlet they can relate to and a lens in which to process current events in our communities and world, activating a tolerant, inclusive, and collaborative learning environment, encouraging an attitude of service and empathy towards students, communities, and society, cultivating an appreciation for peace and nonviolence. So how can a teacher use hip-hop to teach social justice? Open a lesson by having students respond in writing to the prompt, when have you ever felt that what was happening around you is difficult to express or understand? Students can share their responses. Introduce a lesson on social justice with a focus on voice, self-expression, and community action. Play an excerpt of the hip-hop song All Right by Pulitzer Prize-winning rapper Kendrick Lamar. Give students the printed lyrics. Have them discuss the rapper's meaning and how they connect to it personally. Divide students into small groups to brainstorm ideas and create community improvement student action projects. Read a longer text, such as Between the World and Me by hip-hop generation journalist Ta-Nehisi Coates. Highlight Coates' purpose for writing and overall themes connected to social justice. Create a writing exercise for students to talk back to the text in order to dialogue with Coates' message and reveal their reactions. Text or video featuring hip-hop generation authors and scholars, including Joan Morgan, Bakari Kutwana, and Dr. Aisha Durham, can also be used. Through hip-hop, K-12 students will have a greater understanding of social justice and how they can positively impact their communities and their futures. Current issues in civil rights today have provoked concerned teachers to look for new and effective, culturally responsive ways to engage students with these topics. Hip-hop should be used to impact student learning through the study of social justice issues in the 21st century. Thank you.